to the heat. Lost a lot of weight just lately as well, about 3 stone, I believe.
Looks better for it. Good darts from Hamilton. Good start. Chisnall made a really good start, and it set the tone, didn't it, against Taylor? A little wobble at the end, but he got the job done.
26.
And here, Michael van Gerwen, really rusty. Hasn't thrown a dart in anger since that World Match Play. You say, got married, gone on honeymoon. More important things over the last 2 or 3 weeks for the Dutchman. It's back to business over the next 3 weeks in Singapore, Perth, and then Sydney.
Well, he went for that 25 in the last dart, didn't even hit that, so Hamilton gets at least 3 darts, but he just wants to clean this up. Could be a 14 dart leg, which is very tidy. Just have to move to the right now to get that the visual effect of that dart. Well, that was miles away, but he's going to get 3 more to clean this first leg up.
What pressure? That's a little bit of pressure for Andy Hamilton. Van Gerwen certainly blowing the cobwebs off in this opening leg. He can't afford to miss here, Andy. He's busted score. He hit the treble 9. He went for single 9 to leave double 8, and he's busted score. This would be a real steal. Can Van Gerwen find the double? Well, no, he can't either. Well, a huge sigh of relief there for Andy Hamilton.
I've got a feeling that this one is going to go nearer to the double 9 than the treble. This first start. It's really unusual for Andy Hamilton to make a mistake like that. Middle of the big 9.
You can see Michael van Gerwen shaking his head behind Andy Hamilton. He's going to get another chance. Andy Hamilton has made a right mess of this. So has Michael van Gerwen. I don't believe that. I really don't. Van Gerwen has missed the single 1. Well, Rod Harrington and I are shaking our heads in disbelief. What a bizarre, strange, odd leg of darts.
At last, Andy Hamilton for a 22 dart leg. Oh, I've got chances, Stu. I've got me darts here.
That was just, it was just really strange from both of them. There's no doubt Van Gerwen isn't razor sharp. He's not thought about darts for the best part of 3 weeks. And Andy Hamilton here will try and turn the screw.
Well, Van Gerwen there, Stu, he hardly let Andy Hamilton take his darts out of the board before he was throwing that first dart. And sometimes the quick players, when they're not finding it, they do tend to rush it even more. At times, that's when you just take an extra deep breath. Let your opponent get past your shoulder, because he's in your eye line. You see it again, like Michael's there. He's throwing that first dart before he's got past his eye line.
And Andy Hamilton will know that, and he'll just slow it down a little bit. Each visit will get a little slower, All well, part of the plan.
I know players in the past that would have certainly done that.
Yeah. You know, of all the players make mistakes. That's just the way it goes. But out of all of them, missing a big number, you rarely see that from Michael van Gerwen. Hardly ever see that from Michael van Gerwen. But he didn't just miss the set, he missed it by a heck of a long way.
We emphasise as commentators so many times, don't miss the big numbers. That's when you've got to concentrate. And it costs you legs. And double four it is. So Van Gerwen finally gets a leg on the board. Or perhaps settling down, although he's getting very angry with himself, isn't he? He knows he should be playing a lot better than this. And to be quite honest, you know, these players now have seen Phil Taylor get knocked out, and they're thinking, oh, you know, the number one seed, in their opinion, is out of the tournament, and you know, it could be a nice little payday.
$150,000 total prize fund, $40,000 for the winner of this. You know, Andy Hamilton also wants to make a mark. You know, he's in danger of losing his place in the top 10 in the world. He too was hurting after being left out of the Premier League, and this is his big chance to impress, because it will be his only appearance of the year in the World Series of Darts. He isn't going to Perth or to Singapore, so this is his chance to make a mark. No bigger or better way to make a mark than to beat the world champion and the world number one.
Absolutely correct. You get left out of things you don't think you should be. It's no better statement than then go and taken out the world champion and the world number one.
98.
He's been around a long time. He knows his frustration does not get taken out in the game. He's a very intelligent dart player.
Michael van Gerwen's world map over the last month: Blackpool, world match play; Holland, to get married; Bali on honeymoon; Singapore, Perth and Sydney to play darts; Turkey for holiday; Crawley to play darts, then home.
I haven't done quite the same trip, but I go from Perth, Sydney to Wigan and Barnsley.
42.
Chance for Van Gerwen here to break the throw. Good dart. Double 16. Good stuff, Michael van Gerwen. Well, he was rusty, wasn't he, in the opening leg? He's wound up now.
Yeah, this is better from Van Gerwen. The second maximum of the match for him. It's time for Van Gerwen to prove why he's the world number one, why he's the world champion. I think, you know, he'll just keep playing his own game. Nothing frightens that man.
Go on, Michael van Gerwen. Go on, Michael van Gerwen. 6 perfect darts. Michael van Gerwen has hit 3 9-darters on television. Everybody holding their breath here. A history-making night in Singapore. Michael van Gerwen can't rewrite the record books.
65.
We hoped, we dreamt. But he's back in business. That first leg, it really was like blowing the cobwebs off. He was so rusty.
86. Michael requires 76.
But something to prove. Steely determination. Tops for another leg for Van Gerwen. Should be back. This will be a fabulous finish if Hamilton can take out 157 though. We've seen him do it many times.
Not this time, I'm afraid. So Van Gerwen's coming back for 3 clear darts up those tops. Take a 2-leg lead. Chasing down to the 10s. 10s it is. Needs to get with Michael van Gerwen. I mean, you've got both the Dutchmen, Van Gerwen and Barleveld. Michael has to really kick himself up. You know, really get the fist pump, get emotionally involved. Where Barney can't do that. And, Michael finds it very easy to turn the game around. This is proven after that first leg.
Well, I had a little chat with him a couple of hours ago, and I asked him about that defeat to Taylor at Blackpool and the raw emotion, the tears afterwards, the tears of disappointment when he lost to Phil Taylor. And I said, is that weighing on your mind? Have you got a point to prove? And he said, well, no, it isn't. It's gone. There's nothing I can do apart from come back stronger and come back better. I said, do you have a point to prove? And he said, as world champion, I always have a point to prove. So he's very level-headed about it all, Rob.
You can't change the past, you can only change the future, and that's a great way of looking at it. Phil Taylor's done that for years. Dennis Priestley, Eric Briscoe. You take all the great players when they're in their prime. It's just a fact, you get over it. And even when you win, you know, you've got to go on and win again.
And it's how you come back from the bad days.
It is how you come back from the bad days. That's what makes a character of it. That's what hardens you up to be a professional, not just a hit or miss. And we've seen a lot of players come into the game and, you know, be there for a year or so and then go out because they haven't hardened themselves up, and they start to pressure themselves in the head about losing. Instead of thinking about winning and getting your rhythm going, they're just, oh, I've missed again, I've missed again. And the true champions don't do that.
With a leg that Andy Hamilton looked very comfortable in, all of a sudden he doesn't. One dart. Oh, he nearly busted score again. Big dart for the big man. Well done, good dart as well. He knows how important it is. She just couldn't. His game, you couldn't see the Dutchman missing. Well, the response from Michael van Gerwen is emphatic.
I think he's learnt the great parts of this game at a very young age, Van Gerwen. He's been playing, you know, top competitive darts since he was 13, 14 years old against all the top Dutch players. It took him a while when he first moved to the PDC, but once he started to learn how to win, he really hasn't stopped. He missed the second 9-dart in the World Championships, didn't he, against James Wade. And that would have been incredible. Missed a double 12 for 2 on the trot.
137.
Yeah, but he was saying in our little chat that it's how you lose. You have to learn to lose to win. And that's what he was saying, and I just think his attitude is absolutely spot on, because he must have felt so small on that stage, not just losing to Taylor, but the way he lost. Double 16, and he will return. But you know, I just like his attitude. I really do.
Yeah, it's good the match play. I just didn't feel that he walked on the stage, and perhaps the right move was just going to be a little bit of a, yeah, I'll have a bit of fun here. The crowd are great, blah, blah, blah. And Phil Taylor went up there in business mode before Michael, as he takes out the double 8 for a 4-2 lead. Before he could turn it around, he'd got too far behind. But certainly a character in the game, and a bright future ahead of him.
Well, there's one for you. Put you on the spot. World champion. Won his first of many. I'm sure we're all absolutely certain about that. As he looks at another 180. How many world championships do you think Michael van Gerwen is going to win?
Plenty. I mean, plenty, because he's got the age on his side. He's still a young man. As long as he looks after himself, the more money that comes into the tournaments, then that pushes away all the exhibitions and promotions, and you have to look after yourself, you have to look after your body. You know, even things like, you know, when you're earning lots of money, you fly first class, you know, because that looks after your body. And certainly Van Gerwen, he could, in the next 15, 20 years, win 10 world championships.
42.
I don't think anyone will ever come close to Phil Taylor's record, ever. Van Gerwen will give it a real go. Van Gerwen fans. Yeah, I think he'll win 5 or 6. There you go. I wouldn't be surprised if he reached double figures. Bullseye!
96.
Well, that would have been for a 5-2 lead going into the break. So Andy Hamilton now, he took out 80 to hold on to his throw the previous time. Needs to take out 105, 48 left to keep himself well and truly in this game. Double 16 it is for Andy Hamilton. Really put in a good, strong couple of checkouts to keep himself in this game. He goes into the break, 4-3 down here at the Singapore.
Just chips away, niggles away, Andy Hamilton, doesn't he?
83.
Well, Van Gerwen would be thinking, I've got to take the shot, I've got to score a little bit heavier, take the checkouts out, because the way Hamilton's taken out the 80 and the 105, Van Gerwen will think that there's plenty more in the locker for Hamilton to take out.
96.
Well, Michael Van Gerwen has reached the final of all 3 World Series events. Won 2 in Dubai, lost in Sydney. Well, there she is, the new Mrs. Van Gerwen, Daphne. Yeah, won both Dubai events, lost to Taylor in Sydney last August. But under pressure here. Another good leg from Hamilton. Chipping away.
Van Gerwen's not going to take this out. Andy Hamilton's going to come back. He should get at least 1 dart at the double.
The last 3 legs, Hamilton has won. Van Gerwen has been on a finish. Hamilton took out 80, last dart in hand, 105. You're going to have 1 dart, last dart in hand again, Andy. Andy, looking at double 16.
54.
Chance, big chance. He won't get another. Van Gerwen knows how important that is.
Well, that's a 2-leg lead for Van Gerwen. And now the pressure well and truly on Andy Hamilton to hold his throw. He doesn't want to let Van Gerwen get too far ahead, because everything will speed up and get this rhythm going. And he'll start to pound the treble 20. We've seen what's gone on in front of him this evening. He'll want to put a statement out that I'm the one to beat now. Phil Taylor's out, beaten by Dave Chisnell. Good performance from James Wade in the first game. Simon Whitlock, a great performance against Raymond van Barneveld. So hotting up to be a great semi-final day tomorrow here in Singapore.
He means business, doesn't he? Oh, very, very serious. It's like back to work, isn't it? Holiday over, back to work. Time to start winning again. The toughest of opponents in Andy Hamilton. And again, staying in there, and then the slow walk back from Andy Hamilton.
It didn't affect Michael though. The first dart went straight in the treble. And the third one. Hamilton, all he can do is set it up, put a bit of pressure on. He'll know Van Gerwen's only coming back to perhaps have 1 dart at the bullseye. He's hit an all-important 1 treble, but he's done that. Now I like the 25 here. See, the 25 would have given the dart at the double instead of a dart at the bullseye. Let's see if he returns. Now 12. Bullseye. Bullseye it is. The little red bit in the middle of the board for Michael Van Gerwen. 3 legs clear. That's the second breaker throw
Yeah, 12 darter from Michael van Gerwen. Andy Hamilton had one dart at double 16 to make it 4-all. And here van Gerwen is now throwing to make it 7-3. We talked about an important 6 months coming up for Michael van Gerwen. Same could be said for Andy Hamilton.
Can for a lot of players. We have ranking tournaments nearly every weekend all throughout Europe. Tour events, European events, TV events. They're all the ranked ones that get him in tournaments like this, and to Australia. A good, fair ranking system. If you play well, you're in the tournaments.
134.
Really impressed with van Gerwen, Rod. Really impressed.
Especially after the first leg. It was a bit of a nightmare, the first one.
He's back on the bike. He knows how important it is. He over the next 3 weeks, he'll go for bull double 16, but that's all right. That's all right. 12 darter in the last leg, possible 13 darter here. But it was really important for many, many reasons. Self-esteem, confidence, belief, but just to get back in the winner's circle. Still got some work to do against an opponent who's playing really, really well. But so far, so good. As he hits top for the first time to make it 7-3, averaging 102. Much more like it.
Yes, Michael would want to put a statement out over the 100 average. Good percentage on doubles. As Andy Hamilton puts the first 2 in and finds the third as his first maximum of the match. And you feel he's going to have to find a few more, and he's going to get it back from Michael van Gerwen here. 5 in the match so far. We've seen 6 treble 20s from Michael van Gerwen in an earlier leg towards that 9 dart. Will we see all-inclusive 9 darter in the Singapore Masters? Phil Taylor was invited to the Billionaires Club yesterday. Just invited. He didn't say he could join. Not yet, anyway.
Taylor's won over £6 million in prize money alone. Not just prize money, really. 6 million in prize money. Good response this from Hamilton.
85.
Possible 11 darter. Nearly bust again. Well, nearly hit the treble again. That would have made it awkward.
38.
Well, Michael's a long way away, so I think he's going to come back to the board. He's not going to mess around too much on doubles. Makes you a bit edgy for future legs. You start messing around when you've got plenty of time, so he wants to hit this pretty cleanly. And chasing down the twos, he doesn't want to split this. Well, he has. And if Van Gerwen weren't on a shot, I can assure you he would have busted that. So a chance here for Van Gerwen.
He can still make it awkward
95.
for Andy Hamilton.
And you require 2.
Double 1. Well, perfect guide. Surely this time. Well, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Van Gerwen here. A real steal. Oh, he's hit the ball. 1 in the 25. Still needs double 4.
57.
And Hamilton gets another chance. 3 out of 16 on the finishing. We were complimenting the fact that he's finished when it mattered. When he's got so much time, unable to finish the legs.
No score.
Well, we had a rubbish first leg, and they followed it up with a leg here. to Van Gerwen. Will he get to double one? No, he takes the double two. There was no fist punch there. He knows that he nicked that. Christmas come early there for Michael Van Gerwen, but he'll take every one of them. There's plenty of times in matches over the years you let people off, so when you get one back, you say thanks very much. But Andy Hamilton now really up against the wall.
Yeah, the leg, the moment that turned the game. It's 4 consecutive legs for Van Gerwen. One dart from Hamilton to make it 4-all, and once he missed that, you felt that his chance had gone.
80.
Van Gerwen was about 250 points behind in that last leg. Don't forget, he was on an 11 darter, Andy Hamilton. He hit a 180, he left 46 after 9 darts.
The problem is, once you split the fours and you're chasing down the twos and then you're back up with the ones, and when you want double one, the first dart, for me, it's always got to be aimed high. And the first 3 darts he had, the first one was aimed high, absolutely perfect. He's unlucky that the second one didn't go in, but the third one he threw miles too quickly.
Yeah, well done, Hamilton. This time, can he actually complete the 11th darter?
And you require 81.
81 after 9. Bullseye for the hammer.
41. Michael, you require
Michael on 156, I believe, the previous leg. It's got to stay there. He was sensible. That was a great first dart, although hitting the 140, I don't know why he did that. But tops here for Hamilton.
Possibly because he was annoyed the second one didn't go in to leave him a shot at 150. Should be academic. Should be academic.
Hit those barrels and it's in. He's underpitched the third dart just like he did in the ones, and he's opened the door again for Michael. Michael again hasn't taken the chance.
And you require 20.
Hamilton finally gets one on the board. You can see there the frustration and anger as he fires that last dart into the board. Look at that, real anger, disappointment, frustration. But he's broken Van Gerwen's throw.
If you take that previous leg that he gave away, that makes it 7-5, and if he hit the double top, you know, makes it very close indeed.
100.
However, you'd think that Van Gerwen is sitting in a nice position. 8-4 up. Is this his 5th maximum of the evening? Just every now and again we see that flare from Van Gerwen.
Yeah, good last dart from the Dutchman. Since he won the World Championship, Van Gerwen won 6 events, including Dubai, but crucially for him, lost in 2 big finals in the Premier League to Barneveld, the World Match Play to Taylor, of course. 30 scored.
Well, an outside chance here for Hamilton, but he's going to need a 140. Van Gerwen comes back with perhaps only 1 dart and a double. You have to switch now. That dart throws a big dart to Andy. And he gets a dart below the treble, it covers it up. And he doesn't want to mess around with the flight of the stem, so he goes down to the 19s. Tops to go one leg away from a semi-final place here in Singapore. And now you would feel that Michael van Gerwen is going to close this game out and do it right here.
59.
Rubbish, he says. Hamilton unable to cash in.
Although it's been, or it seems, a bit of an indifferent, poor, I suppose we could call it, game from Van Gerwen, he's still on a 97 average. And if you're throwing darts that you feel yourself are poor and you're still throwing a 97 average, then you're at a stage in your career that seems to be very comfortable, and that's where Michael is. Like you said earlier on, Steve, you know, he hasn't thrown a competitive dart since the match play, a little bit rusty, he's had quite a break. There are things in life you have to take a break from darts, and I suppose getting married is one of them.
What a good excuse. But rightly so. I mean, he has been foot to the pedal for the best part of 2 years. He very, very rarely misses a tournament anywhere, Michael van Gerwen, and of course much in demand on the exhibition circuit. So, you know, 3 weeks off. $164 then. Oh, ball to win it in style for Van Gerwen! Fantastic Michael van Gerwen! The world champ wins it with a fabulous, fabulous finish. A 164. He's back on the bike, all right, Michael van Gerwen, who is hunting down another World Series title. Impressive 10-4 win over Andy Hamilton, and Michael van Gerwen will now take on James Wade in the semi-finals in Singapore.